That is from all of us to you. So.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're welcome to stay on the call if we have other questions in this regard. But we're ready to open the call now to the President to give us his comments, opening comments, and then he has willingly offered to answer questions. And I believe that Chief Justice Nathan Peachy may also be with us this evening. So, Mr. President, good evening.
Thank you, Robert and Janine. Thank you for all the work that you do, and welcome to everyone that's on the call. I appreciate your time and the effort that you're putting into the Republic. We are making progress. We're moving forward. It seems like to me at light speed. Things are really getting interesting around the world and around the country. We are moving forward very quickly on some issues that we have. And next week we're going to have a major meeting with principals around the country, and we'll be winding up some very important documentation and be making some presentations very soon. And we will finally be able to get our Utah document out there in public here and for everybody to see that caused so much problems over the time. When you read it, you'll understand why we had to delay till things were ready. The time is now. We're ready to move forward with it, and we'll be finalizing everything in the next week or so and getting it where it needs to be. So things are moving, and you're going to see some major changes. I will say that I've been watching some things. I did have an opportunity to listen to the interview, finally 3 hours of the David Wilcock and Drake interview that everybody was all upset over. And honestly, the first few minutes I didn't really like, and there was some misinformation in the first few minutes. But I decided to listen to the whole interview, and I will say this, that I believe the man, Drake on there, is very knowledgeable in a lot of things, and I agree with a lot of what he had to say. I really would love to meet the man. He's been told a lot of bogus information about me and the Republic, but I think the man has a lot of good information as well. He's misguided on some things, but overall, I think the man is pretty well on the level, and I had a great respect for him when I listened to the whole tape. He, like I said, he had some comments that were not very favorable toward me and the Republic, but that's because he's been told things that are not true, and from a source that we all are very familiar with, and that's his position. There are some things I believe about to happen in our nation. I agree with him on that. I've been told that through many sources that there are lots of arrests going to be made in the United States very soon. I'm seeing it on the news, actually. They're starting to call names and throw blame, and just like they always do prior to an operation, and that's going on right now. I've not watched the news in probably 2 months, and I finally decided that I would watch it. And sure enough, I'm seeing a major change in the news since I watched it last. And there's something brewing, and I think it's going to be good. I will caution the people, if you see things happen, if you see people being arrested, if you see military in the streets, stay home and take care of your families. Don't get out and go crazy like some of these protesters are going to do. I ask the people of the Republic to stay peaceful, to take care of your families. I think that you should probably plan for some supply chain interruptions temporarily. I think that we could see that. We could see an emergency during this period of time. And I think that it would be wise to make some reasonable preparations for that for a few weeks. I think you should have extra food, water, flashlight, batteries, things like that, like you would prepare for a bad snowstorm or earthquake or what have you that we run into natural disasters all the time with different types of things. We used to keep all that stuff together down on the Gulf Coast because we had hurricanes. And it would probably be a good idea for our people to do that so that you don't have to get out during these times. You can stay home, and it won't last very long. It'll only last for probably a few weeks at the very most during that transition period. If it happens like the people are telling us it's going to happen, there is going to be some change in our country. But the people of the Republic are going to be are going to be taken care of very well, and they're going to be just stay out of the problems, and you won't have any problems for the most part. But you do need to take care of your families, and that I do encourage people to be prepared to do that. Other than that, stay out of the streets. Don't get out there and start getting involved in the riots and things that some people might try to do, because there'll be some people that won't prepare. Stay home, mind your own business, and stay out of it, and you'll fare much, much better. And that's what I encourage people to do, that if this actually does come to pass, and I'm not saying that it's going to, I'm saying that I'm being told that it's going to by a number of sources around the world. And I do believe that things are going to change in our nation very soon. We desperately need to get the rest of our states in place as quickly as possible. We have 4 states that are so close that you can do it in just one meeting, and just an hour or two probably finish up everything you need to do and get it in. We're about to do some things, and we need to have as many states documented as possible. It will get much better. The more states we have, will be better. And so we need those. If you're close, and Janine, I don't know if you've got that list of the 4 states who are really close or not, but if you do, if you can let us know who they are so that they can get to work, and hopefully they'll come on and get it done for us. I talked to one of them today, and they said they will have this done in just a few days, and I encourage the others to do. We need all 50, but 42 is a good quorum. We have 38 now. We'll have 39 by the weekend probably, and we'll have the others shortly, I hope. And I hope that if you're one of those states that Janine identifies, that you will be able to come forward and help us get that done, because we need as many as we can to document, to do some of the things that we're about to do. We're moving forward quickly, and we need your help. I'm very excited about the meeting next week, and the people that are coming in. We're going to talk to financial people. We're going to be talking to people in banking industry. We've invited people from all walks of life to come. IT people in different areas of law, and we're going to be bringing some things together that we've been trying to do for a year and a half, and we couldn't do them because we didn't have a lawful quorum, but now we do. We are the government of this nation, and we're the only lawful government of this nation, and that will be abundantly clear in a very short period of time. So ask for your prayers. I need God's guidance. Our group needs God's guidance to do things the way He wants them done. I have prayed a lot about this time and this day, and that we've been prevented for some reason. I understand now why we've been prevented, because there were things in the world that had to be done prior to us being recognized, but that time is almost here, and I'm very excited about that, and I think that we're going to see some major, major changes in the very, very near future in our country. I was told there were more than 1,200 arrests being planned, pretty much going to take care of all the Congress and Wall Street. Also, the executive and judicial branches of the government are probably going to get hit pretty hard too. But guys, let's remember one thing. Let's pray for our nation. I want to call, not this coming week, but the next week, I'm probably going to call for a fast. If anybody that would like to come together and do a nationwide solemn fast for 3 days for God to open some doors. And at that point in time, we will need God to move, and I believe that God is going to move. And we will be calling on a fast, and that'll be not this coming week, but the next week. And we will ask the people that can to fast as much as you can, but we're going to go a minimum of 3 days, and fasting and prayer, asking God to move. And I encourage every one of you that can do that with us. We'll give the dates and probably on our next Thursday night call. But anyway, we appreciate all your participation and all of your prayers, and we thank you for your participation in the Republic, and I'm looking for exciting times. And with that, I'll yield, and I'll be listening for any questions that you might have. And God bless all of you, and have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Mr. President. May 3rd, just as a FYI, is National Day of Prayer. So that might coincide really nicely.
It might. It just might do that.
Okay. Mr. President, the first question in the queue is the following from David. What is the time frame till we have our IDs? Reason I ask is that my 15-year-old son is just about eligible to get his learner's permit. He doesn't have a Social Security number, and I don't want to get him one. What do you advise to do? What is the minimum age that a person may join the Republic?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure what Congress has set. Probably whatever the legal age is in your state, probably, but I really don't know the answer to that question. The IDs, we're ready to make IDs. We're waiting on Congress to do the final details. The Immigration Committee has been working on that plan. I understand they're almost done. I talked to somebody yesterday or today, I can't remember, about that in Congress, and they said that they were ready to bring this thing to a vote in the next few days. Probably going to have it done this weekend. So we hope that we'll get that done and we can get the IDs up and running. I would have liked to have done it a long time ago, but there were concerns about how to do it lawfully and not. We want to be careful not give IDs to the wrong people as well. We have some people out here that they're crazy and they're literally dangerous, and we're not. We don't want to be aligned with those people, and so there had to be some checks and balances put in place. And that's what Congress has been doing, and they're wise and prudent to do that because we don't want to get aligned with the wrong people. We're trying to stay peaceful, but unfortunately not everybody in America has a peaceful mindset. And so that's what's been going on in Congress, and I appreciate their due diligence in getting that done. And we'll be ready to move forward with IDs as soon as Congress gives us the go-ahead.